What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my podcast. If you're listening or if you're watching, today we are joined with my friend Connor, and we are going to be breaking down the cast of Traitors. Season 2 was just announced for the USA version because there's the Canada version, which we both love Erica, and she's going to be on that one. So maybe we'll talk about that. But the USA version just dropped, and Connor is perfect to have on because I know all the Bravo celebrities, you know all the Big Brother people and the challenge people. Like, we know different fears. So we're going to break down each person and just kind of give our thoughts on the season. So Connor, welcome. You're in Spain. Like, how are you doing?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This is so excited to be on the pod. I'm happy to be coming to you live from Madrid, Spain right now.
Ooh.
So all things reality TV, we got to talk about it even when we're in Europe. So super excited to get into it today.
Okay, well then let's just do it. Our first cast
Yeah.
member is Carson Berge from Love Island USA. Do you know anything about him?
So I think I've seen on social media, I'm pretty sure in this last season of Love Island, he had a really rough start to his journey in Love Island. I'm pretty sure he was maybe bullied in the villa and wasn't necessarily like a fan favorite at first, but I think got into a relationship and really found love later on in his journey and really came out like a different person. So
Are you
I
reading
mean,
notes?
no, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him right now live, and I'm just trying to put a name to everything and just put it into perspective here. So I don't know. This might be a dark horse of the Traitors.
I mean, it's good that they're bringing in Love Island. I think that show's like really
Yeah,
making waves to become more relevant because last season they did
for
10
sure.
reality stars and then 10 fans, which I like. Didn't you like that?
I really like the perspective of the fans. I think they brought a certain twist to it that was really, really off putting to the celebrities and the people that we knew on TV that were on the show. But I liked how uncomfortable they were when like you saw the different dynamics from season one. So I mean, yeah, I think it'll be really, really exciting to see someone from Love Island, especially coming off this show since it just ended filming a few months ago. So I think in the
Mm,
last month actually. So it'll be really exciting to see Bergie on.
for sure. I don't know much about Love Island, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
learn about him now.
there's another Love Island star that's on this cast that I'm super excited
Oh,
to talk about. So
okay.
we
Okay.
can get
Well,
into it when she comes up. But hopefully, I'm rooting for Bergie. I hope he goes far.
okay. Well, we're gonna do it in alphabetical order. So we got Chris. He is from the challenge. Now you're a big challenge fan, right?
I'm not a huge challenge fan, actually. I'm more like
Okay.
Big Brother Survivor. I don't know a whole lot about Chris, but I'm looking at his photo right here, and he looks kind of intimidating. He looks kind of scary. So, I'm just thinking about Traitors related. Like, if you're sitting at that round table, and maybe he's going to be a traitor, and he might be easily detectable. Like, if he has this
Mm.
smug face, like on the show. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I when I went through this cast, the first half I was like not my scene, and then the second half I'm like
Yeah.
every single person. But when it comes to Survivor, we'll be able to give banter because we're both Survivor geeks. Um, but
Exactly. We'll be
but
able to
we,
give more banter there. But with Chris, I'm just going off
yeah,
of first looks, and I don't know. I don't know. He looks kind of scary. I feel like for a game like the Traders, like how Suri won last
mhm.
season. Spoiler, I guess, right there for everyone listening. But like she's such a warm and like thoughtful individual. Like I think that's what got her far. So I don't know. Maybe there's going to be different strategies this season. We'll have to see.
For sure. Yeah, Chris has pretty eyes. We'll see what happens with him. Dan is from Big Brother.
Yeah.
You know Dan, right?
Oh yes, Dan. I just rewatched season 16 of Big Brother, or not season 16 of Big Brother. One of the returning seasons when he was a coach on
Mhm.
Big Brother, and he absolutely is a social manipulator. Like he was on the block in Big Brother, about to be evicted, and somehow had his way of weaseling out of getting voted out multiple times on
Mm.
Big Brother. And he's a former Big Brother winner. I think that this is
Oh, he's a winner.
he could go far. He is a winner of Big Brother, yeah. So
See, I don't
he
like
could
when
go.
the winners go into these all-star games and we have a few more winners. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it is an
Yeah,
even playing field. I think they need to do all winners or just no winners at all.
I agree with you. Or like, I think when you have winners joining, they for sure have a leg up on the other competition. Even others that have played like other even multiple reality shows. We're going to get into some of the Survivor people that have
Mm-hmm.
played multiple times. They for sure have a leg up in these types of games with social manipulation and just working with other people. I mean, Dan is one of these guys that's going to come in, and I'm picturing him just running the social
Mm-hmm.
game from the get go with some
So,
of the other people that are going to be in this house.
so you think people who've played more seasons of shows, let's say they've been on 5 shows, even though it's not Traitors, it's Survivor or Big Brother, that still is more of an advantage than going on like a one show. Like it's different with Bravo though, because some of these people are not coming from competition shows. They're coming from
Yeah.
shows where they talk about their lives. So what do you think about that
Mm-hmm.
aspect? Do you think they have an advantage or a disadvantage?
I think the Bravo people are for sure at a disadvantage here. I know Love Island isn't a Bravo show, but already going back to talking to Bergie, like
Mm-hmm.
tying this in, I can see Dan looping in someone like Bergie into his like own circle and forming an own like an alliance with someone that doesn't
Love
have
an
a lot of
alliance.
yeah doesn't really have a lot of experience with being in an alliance on a reality TV show. So Dan is going to be one of those people that is going to corral a bunch of people on the Traitors.
See, yeah, and I think the Bravo people are, since they're so personality based, they're gonna bring the sense of humor and the fun, and they're gonna like surprise themselves. And that's what's cool about some of these shows is you get experts at games like this, and then you get the people who
Yeah,
don't even know how good they are until they start. I mean, Kate Chastain last season
exactly.
was good, Brandy was
Yeah,
good, Kyle. My favorite was Ari though. He was my absolute favorite. I was rooting for him.
yeah. Ari surprised me last season. He was funnier than I thought he was going to be. I didn't watch the season of The Bachelor, but he was really good last season, and then was hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
He did great, but I think Kate's a perfect example of someone that you like, someone that you need in a cast like this that is going to bring the humor and is going to bring like not only the drama but like just the hilarity to being in a situation like this with other shows that are a little bit more like competition related with Big Brothers, the Survivors. Like you need
Mm-hmm.
that dynamic. So hoping to get more into that
Yeah, I
with
love
the rest of this
a funny person that
for
can make me
sure.
laugh. It's all we need. Now we have Deontay Wilder. Now he's a Wilder. He's a boxer. So there's like 3 celebrities on the cast who aren't from other reality shows, which doesn't really matter. I don't care. I don't care to
Yeah,
see him, but I'm not like mad he's there.
I think having an athlete is a good mix here. I'm trying to remember, were
Sure.
there any athletes last season?
There was that one guy, Ryan, he was in the Olympics
Oh,
for
Ryan Lochte,
something.
of course. Yeah, he
Mhm.
was in the Olympic. He was an Olympic swimmer. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Deontay Wilder. I know he's a great boxer. I don't watch too much boxing, but if he's able to adapt socially to the game and is willing to play, more power to him. I'm rooting for him if he's willing to play. Hopefully he can get adapted to the gameplay
Yeah,
because I'm sure it's gonna start immediately when they begin.
me and Connor love strategy shows, so we're all about who's going to be the most
I know.
deserving to win based on strategy, social, and everything. Next up we have Ekin from Love Island UK. I don't watch Love Island, but I've heard UK is
Ooh,
just way more popular.
this is who I was waiting to talk about. So
Oh,
I'm a huge Love Island UK fan. I've watched Love Island UK for the last few years. I got into
okay.
it and immediately was hooked. So this is Ekin Sue. Ekin Sue, she was on Love Island a few seasons ago, and she is a drama starter. She will
Mhm.
go out of her way to call people out, and she is so unapologetic about it. And she will start drama and be just will 100% own it. So she is going
Okay.
to like I don't know how well she will play the trade. I don't know how well she will play with the Traitors in the game overall, but she will be one of those hilarious characters that we need in this season.
Okay, sign me up. I love it. You sold me on her.
Yeah,
Janelle is
you'll love her.
from.
You will love her.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love a drama queen. Janelle is from Big
Yeah.
Brother. What do you think about Janelle?
Another iconic legend of Big Brother. So to put into perspective, Zachary, I know you are not as big of a Big Brother fan as me, but I would say
I dabble.
Janelle is the equivalent to Suri, probably the best non-winner of Big Brother to play the game.
Ooh.
So she is a very, very good Big Brother player, but has never had the opportunity to win, even though she's played like 4 times. but she is another one of those social strategic players that there's a lot of social strategic players that are playing this game that we've already called out, and we're not even halfway through talking about this cast. And I am just so interested to see how she's going to mix with, she's played Big Brother with Dan actually. So, and all these other people that are, the strategic masterminds, so they think they are. So, I mean, we'll have to see how she fares.
Yeah. Next up, we have Johnny Bananas. And when I saw this, I was like, why? He literally was just on All Star Shore last year. He's going on House of Villains, which is going to air right now. Like, he's been on The Challenge so many times. Has he been on Big Brother? Like, he's on too many shows where it's exhausting.
Yeah. He's been in the reality TV world. I just looked this up since 2006. That's a long time.
He's an OG.
Yeah, he is an OG, and I think it poses the question, when are you kind of just going to throw the towel in? Yeah, and you just give it up. So I mean, I'm not too sure how I feel about seeing Johnny on my screen for the Traitors.
Me too. But like, especially because he's going to be on House of Villains, like that, I get it. Like that's an all-star thing. But like Traitors, like I don't want to see him there. Whatever.
I would frankly rather see more characters like Bergie or like the Ekansus from like the reality TV, Love Island world, like enter this game. Like I think that would bring such a different dynamic, and it will bring a different dynamic to this game. But I mean, yeah, I'm with you there about Johnny Bananas.
Yeah, I want to see more people. I want to see more people from like Bachelor and Netflix, Dancing with the Stars, which we have a couple, and then the Bravo. There's always so many because Traitors is on Peacock, which is owned by NBC. NBC owns Bravo, so of course they're going to put so many of their talent on it. But next up we have John Burko. He's a UK Parliament member. Do you know what a Parliament member means?
So, being a Parliament member is similar to being like in Congress here in the U.S. So he's like a political figure. I don't know exactly what party he was in. I don't know if like he's the Democrat or Republican version, but all I know is that he looks kind of old. So this seems like a fairly young cast.
No, I think it's younger cast. I think it's an older cast. There's a lot of people like 40s and 50s. There's not a lot of 20s in here.
Yeah, I guess so. Not a lot of 20s. I think like that's probably a better way to put it, but he easily is the oldest member of this cast,
which is cool. Like I think it's fun when there's like one older guy or one older woman, especially when they play like a significant role in the end, because no one ever expects those people to blindside you because you look at them as a motherly figure or fatherly figure, and then when they hit you,
but it's so that's the one end of it, which I think is great. I love rooting for those people that go far, the older members of cast that make it to the end. Those are like always great stories to see. I just hope he's not targeted early on and he's not kind of a scapegoat, because sometimes older people on these types of shows are the first or second ones to go. So hopefully if he can make it past, I don't know a whole lot about him and his politics, and to be honest, I don't think a lot of other people in this cast will. But if he's able to make it out of the first few like roundtables for the Traitors, he might be able to go far in this game.
He's definitely an oddball out, but it's not like a Survivor where he has to help out around camp. Like they're in a castle in Scotland. I think they're going to do it in Scotland again this year. So I think he'll be an oddball, but he could make some friends and surprise you. Now, Kevin Creeder, he's from Bling Empire, which I've seen a few episodes of. I'm assuming you have not.
No, I haven't seen Bling Empire. No.
So
what do you know about him?
He's very likable. I remember there was one scene where he like had he didn't have a headboard, like he was like sleeping on a mattress. I think he definitely is like suave and like kind of dates some girls. I met him actually at like a Netflix event very briefly. He was really nice. So I think it'll be good. I'm happy to see someone from the Netflix family. Maybe next season they could do Love is Blind or Selling Sunset would be crazy. But I mean, just to represent the Netflix family and the Asian community, I think it's really great that he's there, and he's a really likable guy.
100%. We don't have anyone from Love is Blind in this cast, do we?
No, but I don't think we do. Next time.
Yeah. Oh, next time we for sure need someone from Love is Blind. I think that's a great call out here. But yeah, I mean, if he looks like he has a really charming smile, so hopefully that takes him far in this game.
I'll tell you my winner pick now, but we'll talk about her. But I think he has a chance.
You think he has a chance? Okay, should we talk about our winner picks after and like give our like top two or top
Yeah,
three?
I have
Okay.
one, and I already put it out there on TikTok, but you probably didn't see it yet because you're in Spain. But next up we have Larsa
I don't know.
Pippen. What'd you
Yeah.
say?
hmm Yeah, I was gonna say yes. Let's move to the next one. So Larsa Pippen,
So you don't
Real
know
Housewives
Larsa,
of Miami.
but do you know
No,
Marcus?
I know Marcus, and I know. Yes, I do. I
So
do.
they're
I'm not
dating,
like. Yeah,
which is like,
I'm not. What do you know about Larsa though? Let's get into her. What what
ooh,
what are some of the highlights here about
well,
Larsa?
Larsa is controversial. She was married to Scottie Pippen, a basketball player, for a long
Yeah,
time.
I knew.
They got
Yeah,
divorced. Then she moved to
yeah.
Calabasas from Miami. She became best friends with the Kardashians, Kim and Courtney. She was on the show for years. Then they had a falling out. And then she moved
Oh,
back to Miami and joined Miami Housewives. She was on the original Miami Housewives years ago. It got canceled for 8 years. And then she came back and she's been on it for the past 2 or 3 years. She's very sexual. Marcus
yeah,
is twice, she's twice Marcus's age. There's like a 20-year age gap, or maybe it's like 12 or 15, but she's a little bit
yeah.
of doesn't know how to act her age. Like she's a little bit
So
of
you're
like,
so
I
you're
don't
saying
want to,
she's coming into. You're saying she's coming in with some baggage.
she is going to be a firecracker. She has an attitude. I don't know what it will be like with Marcus. Maybe he softened her up. The last season of Miami Housewives was a few months ago, so this will be the first season
Yeah.
where we'll see them together. But I think it's a
How
big
is that?
disadvantage. What do you think about it? Them dating, it's going to be a
I
disadvantage.
that's a huge advantage of like having
Advantage.
someone. I think it's an advantage. You
It's a
think
target.
I think it's a target. Yes, it's. I think we were saying the same thing. We're just using different words. I think it's an advantage to have someone that you know playing this game with you. It's a disadvantage because you're going to get targeted first. Like you're easily going
Maybe
to
I could
be
see that.
you.
Like Rob and
Yeah,
Amber
I
on Winners at War.
exactly. Amber was the first boot or the second boot on Winners at
Mm-hmm.
War for that season because she was a target because her husband
Mm-hmm.
was on the cast because you have someone that's playing the game with you. So I mean, if some of these people in this cast like put that together and like they
Everyone's
start
gonna
thinking
know. They
about
are gonna all gonna know
well everyone
immediately.
they're all gonna know. I mean, I think what I'm trying to say is like if they get together like strategically and are thinking, okay, this isn't going to be good for any of our games, and the strategically speaking, like one of them might have to go. Like, or if something comes out, who knows what's happening if there's a twist this season? But yeah, I don't think it's good for either of their names to both be there.
They have a podcast together. It's new. It's called Separation Anxiety. They're gonna sleep. They're gonna
Okay.
be sleeping in the same castle. She's gonna be all over him. They're going to be easy boots. And I think he could go far if they get rid of her early. She's going to be an early boot because she can never read the room.
Yeah, I feel like I just am picturing like seeing Larsa Pippen and Ekin going at it. Like based on what you said, I
Oh,
can see
for
some drama
sure.
coming up. So that's my
Well,
call out right here. I see a fight between Ekin and Larsa. So put
yeah.
that here down.
Unless, like I said, unless Marcus has softened her because we haven't seen a season with them together, she is the
Yep.
drama and she is confrontational. Next up, we have Maskin from Dancing with the Stars. So his brother Val, it's like, I think they're not twins, maybe they're twins, but Val is still on the
Yeah.
show and he's like the number one dancer. Everyone loves him. He's so hot. Maxton,
Right.
if I'm not even saying that right, but he left the show years ago.
Yeah, Maxim. I've seen a few seasons of Dancing with the Stars, and I'm happy to see him could be on this season. I think this is someone that you wouldn't expect to be on a show like The Traitors, but I'm happy that we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy we're seeing him like on this cast. So I'm not sure how he's going to fare, but I'm really excited for him.
I think he has a good shot. He also has an accent. He's hot. He is irrelevant. Like you kind of said, no one would expect to see him there. So I think that he
No,
can play
no.
that for his advantage. I think he's going to go far.
Okay. That's a he could be a dark horse here. I hope that he does well. I think this is a good casting move to put him on.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Next up, we have MJ. She is from Shaws of Sunset, which
Okay.
is the show got canceled a few years ago. They had like 8 seasons. She was one of the main characters. It's a show about a friend group. They're all from the Middle East, and there's a lot of drama. But MJ is so cool. I've met her multiple times. She loves reality TV.
Really?
She is fun.
Ooh.
She is so likable.
Okay.
She's going to be best friends with everyone. She has a really good shot to win. She's very smart.
That's great. That's great that she's doing this. And if she's been off the air for how long? You said like
Three
quite a few years now.
years. She had a baby.
Okay. Okay. I think yeah, this is that's great to hear. I'm excited for her as well. I mean, she sounds like her background could really help out with the strategic aspect of the show and the allies that you need to make to go
Mhm.
far. And yeah, I that's great.
I really think that she knows what she's doing. I think she's going
Yeah.
to play the long game. I think she's been waiting for an opportunity like this for a long time. Like I
Is she
said,
bringing any of the drama? Is there like drama that's coming in with her? Is
she's
she going to be
moved
stirring the
past
pot
it.
in any way?
She
She's
did years
past it.
ago, but she's just not like that anymore. And she really
Okay.
cares about like people. Like she's such a feeler and a people person. Like she cares about people. She wants the best for people. I love her.
Yeah.
She's so sweet. So I think she's gonna win the show, actually.
This is your winner pick.
When I read it, this was my winner pick. But as we break it down, like I'm getting new ideas. Like when I
Okay.
was like Kevin, I didn't necessarily think of, but then when we talked about it, I was like, just because I just think MJ has a really good shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that winner pick. That's a good one. And I don't know too much about MJ, but I hope for you that this could work out for you.
Well, there is someone I love more than MJ, and that is my childhood hero, my idol, my queen, my savior. She follows me on
Oh my
Instagram.
gosh.
Parvati,
Oh my god.
mother effing shallow. So excited.
I have had the hugest crush on Parvati, even when I was watching Survivor like years and years
I
ago, and
love
still
that.
do shamelessly.
I love
So I
that.
mean, anytime we can get blessed to have Parvati on our
In
screens,
our
we are
presence,
just in our
so
presence.
blessed.
We are just so incredibly blessed to see her coming back for this season. And she for sure got snubbed a little bit in Winners at War. So I'm hoping this could be redemption from that because I think she got a really, really bad draw when she was on
No,
Winners at War for
I
Survivor a
disagree.
few
I
years ago.
think I
You
think
think?
I think her heart was not in it. She had a baby 10 months ago. It was too many years since she played the game. She wasn't
Uh,
the flirty single girl like she was. So I just think Survivor couldn't work for her. I do think that maybe Parvati has found her own in the past couple of years and she wants redemption from her bad experience on Winners at War being eliminated early. She could win.
yeah.
I just don't know if they're going to think she's a threat. Like Sandra being there is not good for her game because these housewives will have no
No,
idea who she is. They won't know. Most
no,
people
no.
won't know how good she is.
I think with Parvati, her she needs to come out of the gates and absolutely play the flirty card again. I think she needs to be her
She's
bubbly
single,
self.
right? Didn't she get
She
divorced?
is single. Yeah, she is divorced. Yes.
Who's she
So
gonna
I
flirt
think
with? Kevin,
I don't yeah, she can flirt with Kevin, even Max.
Johnny?
Is Max single? Do you know?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna guess no.
Okay, okay. If he was single, that I could see her flirting with Maxon,
But
but
what about the
maybe
fact that Suri won last season? Everyone who cares enough to know is that they're very similar players. They're both iconic. Suri
and they
won
both
last
were
season.
throwing it back to
Micronesia.
season I believe 16. Yeah, Survivor Micronesia fans versus favorites. Parvati and Suri were both in the Black Widow Brigade. They're both in the same alliance that went to the top three of that game. If
Mm-hmm.
there's any
Mm-hmm.
Survivor fans that are on this cast that can put those dots together, and I'm sure that there are
There's a
because
few.
we'll get into it. Sandra Diaz
Let's
Twine
do
knows
it
all
right
this
now.
information.
Let's put up Sandra right now. We'll skip her in the order because it's important because they had a rivalry. Like
Yeah.
Sandra won Heroes
Yes.
versus Villains. Parvati got second place. But then there
Mm-hmm.
was some social media beef like last year, which is probably why they got cast for the show together because the people who are casting saw the
Mm-hmm.
social media beef because that's what they do. And I think
100%.
it's genius. But my thoughts with Sandra is that like she just did Survivor Australia. She's done Survivor more than Parvati. Like I don't know if I want to see her again, but she's so funny too.
Sandra is a hilarious,
So funny.
hilarious individual. And I've heard from many people like that have met her, that have been privileged to meet the queen of Survivor, the
Oh
coin
my
turned by Sandra,
God.
that she's the queen.
Queen stays queen.
That she's
Parvati is my
really, really
queen.
that she's really nice. Yeah, yeah. So I'm Team Sandra, you are Team Parvati, but I
Oh,
think that's
your
like,
team Sandra. You just said you wanted to marry Parvati.
I that doesn't mean that I can't be Team Sandra. I have the hugest crush on Parvati and I love her to death. But at the end of the day, Sandra does have 2 wins under her belt. And my biggest thing with Survivor is that everyone who is the winner of that game deserves their win. There's been a lot of controversial wins.
Okay, fine. I'm still
Heroes versus
bitter.
Villains was, yes, I know people are still bitter like
I'm still
13
bitter.
years from now about that. And I'm yeah. So
It's
I have
traumatizing.
to give Sandra that. I have to give Sandra that title though. She is the queen of Survivor, but Parvati is up there in the runnings of one of the best players. So this dynamic with seeing Parvati and Sandra coming into this game when they've had social media beef in recent years about who's the best Survivor player. People in the Survivor community were like torn apart because there was Team Parvati, Team Sandra. There was all of this
It's the
like
biggest female
tension.
feud. It's like Rob versus
Yes,
Russell. Okay, but question, are they going to work together? What if they're both traitors? What if they
God,
both are traitors?
I
Because
was,
then they'll
I was,
force them to work together and they'll be
I
such good
was
traitors.
thinking about.
They have
Yes, I was thinking about this earlier. I would love to see that. We should also do that. Who we'd love to see be like the best traders. I could see.
I
I
want to
would
see both
love
of
to see
them.
both of them as
You
traders.
have
I
to see
would.
both. They're both so iconic and they would
It would be
thrive in that
so.
environment. But will
Yes.
the cast catch on? Like we would know if this is a fans versus favorites, my producer brain, my fan brain, my super fan brain would
Yep.
know that they would be traitors just because of how iconic it is. But I think a lot of this cast has no clue. Like these Bravo
No.
people do not know these challenge
And they're
shows.
gonna. And here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna pick one of them all off one by one, or they're gonna string the ones that aren't gonna be able to put the dots together of what's going on, and they're just going to steamroll right over them. So if Parvati and Sandra are two traitors, the rest of this cast is in some big trouble. Let's just put it that way.
But
So
you know what?
I
If they
doubt
are traitors, though, it won't work because I don't think they'll be able to work together. I think one of them will want to turn on each other because they're both
they're
want to
going
be
to be
queen.
clashing too much. There's going to be clashing too much, and I think if Sandra tries to tell Parvati what to do, Parvati is going to freak out. I feel like, and that's just not going to work. I feel
It's
like they're too big of like alpha women where like they might clash, and there might be some drama that we see there, and they might even hash out their social media beef. I don't even know if
Of
they've
course
hashed
they
it out
will.
yet.
They have to.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
do think that the only reason they were able to work together on Heroes versus Villains is because it was circumstantial and situational. And with Russell
Yeah.
being such a big personality and then Sandra losing her alliance and the merge. So they never were meant to work together. They did it out of
No,
convenience
and
last time. So they could
they
do it out of convenience again. They did it last time.
Yeah, Sandra and Parvati didn't even want to work together at all.
Mhm.
They only were in an alliance because they were both on the same villains tribe and they were trying to pick off all of the heroes. It was the
Mhm.
most inconvenient alliance for both of them. It was like oil and water watching them work together, and I'm foreshadowing we're going to see a lot of that happen
Okay, I'm so
when
excited.
season 2 comes out. I know, I'm so excited too. It's going to be great. It's going to be great TV. This is my favorite part of watching the Traitors.
Okay, we have a few more names because I
So,
don't want to keep you too long since you're in Spain. We have Peppermint from RuPaul's Drag Race.
ooh, she looks fun. I don't know too much about like some of the about the RuPaul Drag Race world, but she looks really really fun. I hope she brings some good energy to this house.
I love it. I think it's so important that they're, including like not trans, but like drag queens and, trans women, trans
Yeah,
men in
for
these types of
sure.
shows. They did it with Shangela during
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars. Like, I think it's so fun to
Mhm.
integrate the drag community into shows like this. So totally here for it. I hope she does drag the whole time. Then we have Peter from The Bachelor,
Oh
which
gosh. Oh
so here.
god.
I'm so here
Peter
for this.
I remember watching Peter Weber's season of The Bachelor and just being like, this is just a hot mess. But it was one of those hot messes that you couldn't stop watching. It was like this might be a hot take for me, but I think that his season of The Bachelor was probably one of the best, just
Why
based on.
it is. Why didn't they bring his mom? Why is his mom not on the show with him? That would have been
Yeah, yeah.
if they're doing
That
couples.
Yeah, they missed out on so many opportunities. I think bringing his mom back and just watching her baby him the entire time and seeing how
Oh,
that dynamic would have gone down
they would have been
would have been
fighting.
just gold. Would have been gold.
So good.
So I I'm not too, I don't feel like one way or the other with Peter Weber being on this cast. I think it's for sure random. I guess like we had
We had
Ari last
Ari.
season, but yeah, I think I would have rather have seen like
I
I
would
don't
rather have
know, like
seen Nick. I wanted to see Nick Vile, but he did Special
yeah,
Forces instead. But I would have loved to see him on Traitors. But I'm such a big Bachelor fan, as you know, so I'm so excited that it's Peter. And I wish that there
right.
was also a Bachelorette on it. That would have been even better.
I was thinking more Bachelorette. I was trying to figure out like which Bachelorette I would like to see.
Rachel
Like I know
Lindsay, Caitlin
Rachel,
Bristow, Tasha Adams, or she's going to be
all
on The
of them
Goat, which
have
we'll
already
talk
been,
about.
all of all of them have already been on these types of shows though,
No
like a
one, not on
different
Traitors.
shows. Not on Traitors, but they've been on other types of shows. Peter hasn't been like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Peter hasn't been on another TV show. Was he on Dancing with the Stars?
No, but you're right. No, Peter's perfect for this. I'm happy he's there. I just
Yeah.
would have loved to see also like Rachel Lindsay or like someone like I don't know Hannah Brown even or
Yes.
Caitlin Bristow would have
Yes.
been good. They should get her next year.
I was just gonna say Caitlin Bristow. That would have been a really, really good pick too. But I'm happy for I'm happy that the Bachelor Nation gets some representation here in the Traders. I think I would have preferred this season to see a former Bachelorette instead of another Bachelor. But happy for Peter. We'll see what he does when he gets on.
Oh
So
my God, if he would,
excited to see what.
I can't wait to see what he does.
Yeah, yeah. It would. I don't see him winning by any means, but
I'm let him
I.
surprise
I mean, you
us.
never know. Yeah, let him surprise us. I hope he proves me wrong.
I'm rooting for him. Next up, we have Phaedra from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we also have Sheree from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Sheree is still on the show. Phaedra is no longer on the
Okay.
show. She had a big scandal and left years ago. It was very dark. Now she's going to be on Married to Medicine, which is another show on Bravo with like doctors. And she also popped up on the Ultimate Girls Trip. So like she's popping up on a lot of shows recently. And Sheree is
Yeah,
currently on Atlanta and she stays there. So it's going to be fun to see Sheree. Phaedra's
yeah.
they're both hilarious women.
I mean, you know more than me about these two women here, but I think like how. Just a question, I guess. How many women were on Real Housewives last season that we had in the Traitors?
Just Brandy, and she
Were there
wasn't a current cast
just brand?
member. Yeah,
Yeah. So now having two in this dynamic, how do we feel
two.
like? Are
There's three. There's Tamra Judge from Real
oh,
Housewives
there's
of Orange County.
that's
She's
right.
next.
That's
And
right.
Tamra, she is messy. She is shady. She is the drama. She will also be good at this game potentially because she's very manipulative. She's gonna clash with
Ooh.
Larsa. She's gonna clash with a few people.
How do we feel about the three of them like working together? Are we like hoping that we see like the Real Housewives come together like for some Real Housewives like alliance? Is that a possibility that we may see?
I do think it's a possibility, but I think Phaedra has the mind of her own. I also don't think Phaedra will be competitive. She's not going to care about winning. Sheree also is not going to care too much about winning. Tamra
Yeah,
will. Tamra also will be like Brandy, but not as
yeah.
crazy, but like kind of
So
like a Brandy and a Kate, maybe.
yeah, so Phaedra and Sheree are there mainly just for the vibes. They're
Yeah,
they're like
they're not competitive. Sheree, I don't, yeah, they're not into it, which is
okay,
annoying
okay.
because I would like to see someone that is, but
I
they're
can see
funny.
like I can see like a Janelle from Big Brother like pairing really really well maybe with like a Sheree or a Phaedra, and like Janelle is that has that social brain, and if she could pick up any of these women and maybe form like an all women alliance and get something going, and who knows, maybe even Parvati might be in that as well. But
Oh,
I
imagine
can
Parvati
I can
leads the house.
Yeah, I could see Parvati
Amazing.
leading the Housewives. That is something that I don't think we might be too far off the from seeing. So I think that's for sure in the wheelhouse here for
If Parvati can
what
wrangle
might.
these housewives, well, honestly, there's too many housewives. There's three of them, four housewives. Larsa, Tamra.
Oh, Lars is on too. Yeah, that's a
There's
lot.
four. It's way. They need two. This
They
is
should have
this
what
is
they should have done.
ridiculous.
They should have had two, and they should have had two, and then had someone from Love Is Blind, either two from Love Is Blind or one, and then another
Or
from a
had
different show.
someone from Summer House, Vanderpump Rules, Southern Charm, like a younger person, like
Yeah,
a younger
yeah,
Bravo celebrity.
exactly.
I think that Peacock, if you're listening, it was a really bad call. Prove me wrong, because it's too many housewives. It's like kind of ridiculous.
You might need Zachary Reality and Connor Gronsky to help out with season 3 of casting for the Traitors. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're listening, take some notes hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they invited me to an event last year and we got to play Traitors. It
Really?
was so fun. I'm gonna bring you this year if they invite me again, I promise. But we basically
Okay,
played.
yeah.
It was like a 45-minute game. I won.
That's
There was 3 people who won because
you
we
did
guessed.
not win.
Yeah, there was like 4 of us who won because we all guessed
Okay,
the
okay.
traitor. It wasn't hard. Like it was kind of
Yeah.
it was fun. It was really fun, but it was just like you get in a circle, you like tap someone, then you have to get like it was kind of
Yeah.
confusing, but it was cool.
Okay, okay. That sounds like fun. Yeah, let me know. But I'm now that we've counted 4 Real Housewives cast members, I don't love that. I don't love to see that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'm hoping that maybe for next season we see something different in the cast. I think that might be the flaw here, but who knows? Maybe one of these housewives might surprise us. Maybe Phaedra, maybe a Sheree. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and maybe it's like a marketing strategy to put Traitors on the map because people cover Housewives mob and fandom, like they cover everything. But we have one last person. Her name is Trishelle. She's from Real World Las Vegas, which I know nothing about, but welcome.
Yeah, me neither. I'm trying to get some more info on Trishelle. I mean, I do what I do know about those from the challenge is that, or the real world, excuse me. They seem hardcore. Well, so wait, she was on the challenge. Why did they pick her? Her photo says like the challenge on the shirt, but then on her title it says Real World Las Vegas. I
It was probably the best photo, and then that was probably her first show. Like she's
it,
probably been on both.
yeah, interesting. Okay, well, I mean, I hope nothing but the best for her on this on the Traitors. So,
Mhm.
it says she was a Playboy model, an actress on Real World Las Vegas and on the challenge as well. So,
So
it
20
seems like she's yeah.
sorry to cut you off.
No, you're all
There's
good.
21 people. There is going to be a $250,000 prize.
Ooh.
And I'm sure that the rules will be a little different. Like challenges will be a little different. Like there'll be some shakeups, but it will still stay the same game. So, who are your winner picks? I mean, no
Okay.
one's gonna play like Suri did last year. I think there'll be multiple winners this year,
You think there's going to be multiple? Okay,
two
I
or
think so
three.
too. Yeah, I think Suri for sure set the bar very high for
Mm-hmm.
how this game is played. And I think she is the perfect first winner of the Traitors. But in my opinion, for the top three winners, I'm going to put my all-time crush, Parvati Shallow, in that top 3.
Mm.
I'm also going to be putting I I feel like we might be seeing someone like a Chris from the challenge up there. I know I was a little harsh on him before, but I could see someone like that, like someone from more of a like harder core like show coming in and doing well. So I'm
Mm.
gonna put Chris in that top 3, and then finally my last pick goes out to Janelle. I love Janelle. I
Mm.
think Janelle would be a very deserving winner. She's gonna come in and she's gonna cause some drama. She is a challenge beast. In Big Brother, she had dominated that game, and I'm pretty sure still holds the record for most challenges won in the season. So I
Mm.
think when they do any sort of challenges, any physical types of competitions, she's going to be right up there leading the pack. So I think she will be a well deserving winner if she ends up winning the game.
I love that. I mean, I'm rooting really hardcore for Parvati. I really want her to become like just like really show the world who she is because I feel like there's so many people who don't watch Survivor but watch every other show. So I'm excited
Yeah.
for her to have like a moment and I hope she like does everything she can with it. Like I said, MJ I think is going to be a real threat to win this game based on like the
Mm-hmm.
background I know about everyone here. And I also do think that Peter will surprise us because he's not going to be a threat. He's
Ooh.
so cute and there could
Yeah.
be An alliance between Peter and Parvati is what I predict.
Oh God, is
A
Peter
dream.
single? Is
Yeah,
Peter? Ooh, what about that showmance with Parvati? Could we see
we
a
need a
should we
showmance.
could we see a Parvati shallow Peter Weber showmance?
We're putting it out there.
I'm putting it out there because I honestly would be all about it. I
There's
would be all
nothing I
about
want
even
more.
I would be all about that. Yeah. So okay, so we're manifesting that. Peter Parvati.
We want
Hopefully the
Sandra and
best.
Parvati as traitors. Maybe Sandra,
Yes.
Parvati, and Peter could be the three traitors.
Yes. Yes. I okay. I don't think so. Here's my thought in terms of who the first three initial traders are going to be. I think that they're going to pick someone from Survivor, someone from Big Brother, and someone from. They're going to pick a housewife. There's four housewives. One of them is like statistically
The
more
odds are in
like
their
they're
favor.
statistically leaning.
And I
Yes,
think it
one
should
of
be
them is for
Sheree.
sure going to be a trader.
I think it should be Sheree
Sheree, okay,
because
okay.
she'll be
So
she's easier to get along with than the other housewives.
yeah, or maybe they won't pick someone from Survivor because Suri won last year, and maybe that was like way too like they don't want to give it they don't want to give anything away. So maybe we could see no Survivor. We could not do it. Like I think obvious pick would be either Sandra or Parvati being a traitor, but
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see either of them as a traitor, just based on Suri's win last season.
I know. But I just feel like if you're a trader, it's just so much more fun. You have all the power. Like
Way more fun.
I hope that there's like some type of twist to the game this year that makes the faithfuls can participate more with like challenges or something to get like clues and stuff. Like I want to see more traders getting knocked out.
Yeah, I do too. I think that the traders for sure have a huge advantage if they're playing their cards right. And I'm hopeful. I think this, like, let's take for example if Sheree was a trader and one of the other traders gets knocked out. I'm hopeful that she makes the correct decision and brings in another strategic mind, like a Sandra or a Parvati or a Janelle or a Dan from Big Brother, if they're not already traders. Hopefully, like one of these like Bravo show cast members this year can think to bring in other strategic mindsets into the traders group and help dominate from then. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I would love to see that. I would. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we can see some of that drama this year.
Okay, well, I think they just went out to go film, so we can expect a
Ooh,
spring air date. I know we're both excited about Survivor House of
it starts in a
Villains.
week. Are you
Yes.
covering Survivor at all, or
Yes. I think I'm gonna do it.
really? Oh my gosh.
We'll
Okay.
see how well I try every year.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
Well,
see. We'll see. I love Jeff Probst. He's such a daddy. For you guys that don't know, me and Connor met at a Survivor watch party, like probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
yeah, yeah. It was about 2 or 3 years ago. We should have led with that. Yeah. So met at the Survivor watch party, and the rest is history. It's when you meet friends in the Survivor community, you
Yeah.
got to hold on to them tight because
It's
they're the OGs, especially the people that have been watching for a while. So,
Mhm.
yes. Okay. Well, if you cover Survivor, I will be actively listening. So, yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna have you back here. Do you want everyone to follow you? I don't think you make content, but everyone still give him a follow
No,
on the gram.
yes, yes. Maybe this is the start to making more content. So
Okay.
you can follow me at Connor Gronsky on Instagram. So that's where I post most of my content nowadays, and it's mainly about traveling and eating good food and having fun. So
Yeah, and you're in Spain right
lots of
now,
yeah.
so
And I'm in Spain right now.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
watching your
So
stories.
yes, exactly. So if you want to see my stories of me going out to the Spanish clubs this evening, eating all the good tapas as well, that's what you get.
Okay, I love it. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for coming on all the way across the world. Have fun in Spain, live your best life. And for everyone that
Thank
watched and
you.
listened, give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Zachary.
See ya.